We're learning more about a string of murders that left 3 dead in 2 different counties. I'm Zach Dodge with the latest.
The Joplin School Board considers returning high school students to class full-time. I'm Chris Warner with what the plan entails and how parents and students feel about it.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The suspect in a double homicide in AVILLA, Missouri is in custody. He claims he committed the crime because of how his girlfriend died. This is KOAM News at 10. KOAM Zach Dodge has the details.
Next thing you know, we start seeing one officer, another officer, ambulance, fire truck, and then there was just so many officers over there I couldn't even count them all.
That's what AVILLA residents saw on Sunday after a double murder left 2 dead in the small town.
It's such a small community. You know, everybody knows everybody. You wouldn't think something like that would happen out here in this little town.
On Sunday, Jasper County deputies found 34-year-old Mason McClure and 34-year-old Nicole Hodges dead in this garage. They had been shot to death.
Monday morning, about 4:30 a.m., a suspect in that crime, Kevin Johnson, was arrested.
But to fully understand what allegedly happened, you have to go to Newton County. On Saturday, 25-year-old Briley O'Banion was found dead in a ditch in rural Newton County. Investigators say she had been suffocated and then her body dumped and set on fire.
At that point, we began backtracking where the victim had been. That's always a good way to start, to find out who was with the person last.
Newton County deputies say they then started looking for McClure and Hodges as persons of interest in the case, but they were dead in AVILLA.
Until that happened, until that discovery in AVILLA, we had really no indication that the two situations were related.
According to a probable cause affidavit filed in Jasper County, Johnson admitted to detectives he killed McClure and Hodges because they killed O'Banion, his girlfriend. He claims he had gone to the house in AVILLA to see O'Banion, and when he got there, McClure told him he and Hodges had killed her. So Johnson says he shot McClure and Hodges with a 9mm handgun he had taken from his dad's. He's now being held at the Jasper County Jail on 2 first-degree murder charges, but the investigation continues.
Right now, the biggest thing is to try to determine where our victim actually died at. The only person we have anything to go on is the person right now that's been charged with the crime. Obviously, the other 2 can't speak for themselves.
And in Jasper County, they're trying to see if Johnson's story checks out and if anyone else was involved.
So far, no indication that there is other individuals involved, but we want to make sure of that as we move along through this investigation.
In Jasper and Newton counties, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
Johnson is in the Jasper County Jail on 2 charges of first-degree murder with no bond. Doug Heddy's joining us now with the first look at the forecast. Feels like a different chapter, a different book, really. That's how different things are from not too long ago.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Our temperatures all over the place over the past couple of weeks, but our official high today, 73 degrees, which is amazing, thinking that we had so much Arctic air just, gosh, a few days ago. Average highs 53, record highs 83, set back 4 years ago in 2017. But we have plenty of sunshine for us today. Clouds are slowly increasing across the region right now. We have a weak little wave just to our west. In fact, you can see a little spin out across the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. A weak little area of low pressure and a front that is dropping in, and that is going to head in our direction as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. Now, with it, we'll see some clouds and maybe a random shower, but ahead of it, temperature is pretty good. But look at this, really the span, 61 in Anderson and Iola, and the cooler areas drop back to about 39 degrees. So we're going to break this down, look at the rest of the week and our rain and snow chances ahead here in just a bit.
All right, Doug, thank you. 83% of respondents said that they think schools should return to in-person learning in tonight's KOAM News Now Insta poll. Is an issue that the Joplin School District took up tonight, whether to send their high school students back to class. And they agreed with our viewers. KOAM's Chris Warner was at tonight's school board meeting, and Chris has more.
The Joplin School Board discussed the proposal to get students back to class before unanimously voting to approve it Tuesday night. JHS Principal Dr. Stephen Gilbert developed the plan to get students back.
We feel like things have turned around and vaccines out and our numbers are down and you know it's it's time to get kids back.
At the start of the school year, Dr. Gilbert is the one who pushed for the AB schedule the high school has been utilizing before school started. Now, we spoke with one parent who has 2 freshmen at JHS, and she isn't convinced it's safe enough for kids to return to class.
Yes, I understand the COVID numbers are down right now, but that's also because of a lot of the precautions that we've been taking, masks and social distancing. I don't see how it's going to be possible to do that with that many kids.
JHS junior Grace GOEBEL has similar concerns.
COVID-19 wise, if we're looking to slow or stop the spread, I think it's really dangerous to go back to adding 2,400 students in the same building.
JHS senior Connor Winters has a different take on the situation.
I think at this point it's safer than it has been, but I still think they should wait until next year because we don't have very much longer to go.
Dr. Gilbert says he feels the plan to return is solid and the school is ready to welcome students back over the next few weeks.
I believe if we can keep them safe, that I feel like that school is important enough that kids need to be here.
In Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
You can find the full plan in this story on our website, koamnewsnow.com. To better their mission of growing young minds, Kelsey Norman Elementary needed to grow their building. Today, they took the first step in that effort, a groundbreaking. It marks the beginning of construction on an expansion of the school. It's funded by taxpayers who approved a $25 million bond issue back in June. $3 million is going to this project that will see the school add more than 8,300 square feet.
We simply do not have room for our ancillary programs, our special education classrooms. We've been trying to make do in trailers, closets, doubled up on areas such as stages, and we've just been trying to cram things into every pocket.
Construction is expected to wrap up in October. The rest of the $25 million bond will fund a new elementary school. Officials are building Dover Hill Elementary off of North Main Street. Joplin's Connecticut Avenue is going to get wider, but before that can happen, property owners near the street need to see what's going to change. They got to do that at tonight's public meeting. Owners got the chance to view a map that showed the project and how it's going to impact them. The project would widen Connecticut Avenue to 5 lanes from Murphy Boulevard to 30th Street. The city is funding the project through a 10-year sales tax. That tax was approved by voters in 2004, then renewed for another 10 years in 2014. Still ahead, Tyson Foods wants their employees to get vaccinated, and they have a plan to get it all done. Also,
President Biden hears from Black essential workers about their concerns during the pandemic. I'm Natalie Brand with the administration's efforts to expand vaccine outreach and vaccine manufacturers' efforts to increase production. As the nation hurries to vaccinate people, Tyson Foods announces additional incentives for their employees to get vaccinated. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky takes a closer look.
Tyson Foods is providing an incentive for their employees to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Not only are they offering free vaccines at their plants, they're also compensating their workers who wish to be vaccinated elsewhere. Derek Burleson, a spokesperson for Tyson Foods, says it comes down to convenience.
Making sure that our team members know that we want them to get vaccinated wherever that is.
He says anyone who wishes to be vaccinated off-site will be compensated up to 4 hours of regular pay. Robbie Waldo, a Knoll Tyson employee of 3 years, says he loves the idea of being vaccinated at his workplace.
I don't have to go nowhere else. I think we're going to do it right here.
Waldo hasn't gotten his vaccine yet, but says he is excited for when it does arrive.
They're having it shipped here, and they set up a special medical deal in a trailer, and they're going to do it all in there, and it's state of the art. It looks nice.
He adds that the company's vaccine incentive and their response to the virus has helped him feel safe.
I feel safer in there than I do walking around any of these stores.
He says he and his friends who work with him are feeling hopeful from the vaccine incentive.
We're all geared up, ready to get it.
Burleson says this incentive is just the next step in Tyson's response to the pandemic.
Our number one priority has been how can we keep our team members healthy, how can we keep them safe, and providing the vaccine and providing incentives to take the vaccine is really just the next step in that process.
In Knoll, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
In addition to providing vaccines at their plants, Tyson also supplies their employees with access to extra information about the vaccine as well. Navigating the web can present a problem for some seniors. It's a bigger problem considering registration for COVID-19 vaccines is online. But the Area Agency on Aging has that covered, trying to anyway. They're offering their services to 4-staters 65 years and older who need help registering for vaccine clinics. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call. We're going to give you that number here in a moment, so get ready. They have already helped 150 people so far. So if you need help registering for a COVID-19 vaccine, take a close look right there. Just call the Area Agency on Aging at 417-781-7562. Again, that phone number is 417-781-7562, and go ahead and leave a message. President Biden said the U.S. and Canada will work to strengthen the World Health Organization and support a fair economic recovery after a bilateral meeting this evening. But earlier today, the president led a discussion on COVID-19 concerns in the Black community as leading vaccine manufacturers testified on Capitol Hill. Natalie Brand reports now from the White House.
President Biden discussed the coronavirus pandemic during his first official meeting with a world leader, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
For both our nations, getting COVID under control at home and around the world is an immediate priority.
President Biden and his top domestic policy advisor, Susan Rice, listened to the concerns of Black essential workers during a virtual roundtable. The Biden administration is stepping up efforts to build trust and reduce reluctance towards the COVID-19 vaccine in communities of color, awarding $17 million to nonprofits for vaccine education and outreach.
If this is a part of or a major key of what's going to help us move past this and to go back to being able to live normally, I feel like you should do it.
Distribution and supply shortages remain another big challenge. Vaccine executives testified on Capitol Hill about efforts to step up production.
Later this week, FDA vaccine advisors are expected to consider Johnson & Johnson's single-dose vaccine.
We are ready to begin shipping immediately and deliver enough single doses by the end of March to enable the vaccination of more than 20 million Americans.
As the president's nearly $2 trillion COVID relief plan continues to work its way through the House this week, Senate Republicans say talks with the administration have stalled. Setting political differences aside, Tuesday evening, congressional leaders led a bipartisan moment of silence on the steps of the Capitol to honor the more than 500,000 American lives lost to the pandemic. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Maine Republican Senator Susan Collins says she and other lawmakers are now focused on drafting amendments for the president's American Rescue Plan. Doug Heddy's up next with his complete forecast a bit later. Carthage Tigers wrapping up their home schedule tonight, and what better way to do that than against your conference rivals? Highlights from the Tigers matchup with Webb City in sports.
Well, of course, it turned out to be a fantastic day for us today. Temperatures just amazing as we went all the way up into lower 70s for afternoon highs, which is kind of crazy compared to what we have seen over the past couple weeks. But it was a great day. We had mostly sunny skies, great time-lapse, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. But check this out, huge warm-up. So last Tuesday morning, we were minus 15. We all can't forget that. 73 for us today. So that is almost a 90-degree temperature swing, which I don't know if I've ever seen a temperature swing that drastic around here, but yeah, almost a 90-degree temperature swing. And we can go back over the past 10 days. Average high is 53. So last Sunday, we were 5. Monday, we had a high of 1. And then 13, we jumped into the 20s, then 30s, then 40s, 50s, and then 70s for us today. So at least we've gone in the right direction. We are going to cool back down a bit for us tomorrow. It's not going to be extremely cold, but it's going to put us back to where we should be for the end of February. 48 Yates Center, a little bit cooler in Iola. Some cooler air starting to work in, but once you get to Pittsburgh, Lamar, Parsons, still in the 50s, and then 60s in our southern counties where it is just a little bit warmer. South winds kind of helped our temperatures out for us today at about 5 to 10 to 15 miles per hour. But that helped our temperatures warm up so nicely. And we had the sunshine. Some clouds starting to increase now, and this is what we're going to see for us tonight. There's a weak little wave out across western parts of Oklahoma. As it pulls in, it's going to give us some clouds A little bit of drizzle, maybe even a few showers later on tonight. Then behind it, back to the Pacific Northwest, another little wave is going to kick out and will give us rain chances as we head into Friday. All right, let's go through time tonight. Here comes our front sliding in after midnight, and this will produce some clouds, maybe a random shower or two, especially along and south of I-44. Most of you, though, will end up staying dry. Cooler for us tomorrow. It's not going to be cold, but it's going to be cooler than what we saw today. We'll start at 39, 48 by noon, high temp of 52. We'll have north winds instead of the southerly winds like we had today. North winds at about 10 to 15. Tomorrow night, some clouds back into Thursday. I think we'll have mostly cloudy skies. A little bit cooler on Thursday as well, as we will make it up into the mid to upper 40s for afternoon highs. But not much in the way of precip over the next couple days. Then let's go into late Friday. Friday night, Saturday morning, some showers starting to work in. They clear out just in time for at least Saturday, and then Sunday another system comes in. This looks like mainly rain as well. It clears out by Monday, and then Monday night into Tuesday, we get another system which rolls in, which could be rain over to snow or a rain-snow mix. So we want to watch that closely as we go through about the next week or so, but it does get fairly active by the time we head into the weekend. All right, 52 for us tomorrow, a few random showers early, 48 Thursday, 53 on Friday, some rain late. 60 Saturday, so Saturday looks great, and then we cool down with those rain and snow chances Sunday and Tuesday.
You missing that snow?
I love snow. I wouldn't mind seeing one more.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not. All right, Doug, thanks so much. Still ahead, the MCAULEY Warriors taking on HUME for a spot in the district championship. Sports director Jacob Leonard has the highlights next.
Doug The MCAULEY Warriors have a chance to move on to the district championship tonight. MCAULEY is at home against the HUME Hornets in the Class 1 District 7 semifinals. The Warriors, fresh off a 22-point win over Northeast Vernon County in round 1. First quarter, Thomas Black gets to the rim for MCAULEY. Home team up 6 after the first. Black back to work in the second, put back and the foul. Black gets 9 in the first half, Warriors up 5. Third quarter, Bryson Morrison gets it to go for the Hornets. HUME comes back to tie the game up. Warriors get the lead back though off the steal. Matthew Doman behind everybody for the score. 3-point game going to the fourth, and just a 1-point game here. Cable Reichardt, big three, gets the lead back to 4. Huge fourth quarter for MCAULEY. Warriors win at 55-40. They now have a chance to claim their first district title since 1991.
It would be enormous. It hasn't been done in a long time, and to bring one home for MCAULEY would be just absolutely awesome. Them having 4 coaches in 4 years, this is something that hasn't been done in a long time, and for these seniors to be able to have an opportunity to do that is fantastic.
The Carthage Tigers play their final home game of the season tonight. The Tigers welcome in the Webb City Cardinals. Now, on the girls' side, it's the second meeting of the season between the two teams. Carthage won the first one by 19. Cardinals aim for back-to-back wins for the first time since December. First quarter, dish goes out to Kiana Yates at the top of the key. She knocks home the 3. Tigers lead by 4. Then Yates to Brenna Ream. Ream has a team-high 16 points tonight. The lead is 6. Second quarter, J.D. Duda with the ball. Coast to coast, Duda had 19 on the night. Cards within 1. Then Ripley Shanks in the paint. She gets the bucket and the foul. Webb City actually with a 1-point lead after that. Third quarter though, Carthage pulls away. Haley Fullerton knocks it down from the left side. Carthage goes on to win this one 55-38.
And really impressed with our girls. The code word they picked up for this year was relentless, and pretty much we've been relentless all year. We've taken the top teams in the conference deep into games, and we're happy with that, and we've taken care of business with the teams below us.
To the boys' game now, Webb City tries to get back to 500 in the COC. First quarter, quick ball movement, gets it to Luke Brumman in the paint. Cards up 3. Then Nikai Howard hitting a nice little jumper there. He had 13. Webb City out to a 5-0 run. Carthage responds. Joel Pugh, 3 from the far corner. He scores 15. Tigers within 4. To the second though, Makai Gerard with the steal. He'll do the rest himself. Webb up 13 at half. Cards get the win 62-46. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas opened up the baseball season with a big offensive day on Monday. The Gorillas racked up 17 runs on 12 hits, beating Missouri Western 17-12. Pitt State right back on the field today with another MIAA opponent, hosting Northwest Missouri State. First inning, Blaine Ohlmeyer going the other way, brings in Dawson Pomeroy, caps off a 6-run first for the Gorillas. Second inning, bases loaded for Tyler Henry. Base hit to center, brings in 2. Pitt State gets 3 more in the second. To the third, Cruz Aranda pokes one through short. Garrett McGowan comes home. Offense big once again today for PSU. Mason Hartman, big swing here. Roasted the dude out there and left. 2 more come in on that one. Gorillas put up 20 today. They win at 20-2. They've scored 37 runs in their first 2 games. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Specialist James Collins. Girard, Kansas native, served in the U.S. Army, and we are proud to salute and thank Specialist James Collins. He's tonight's 4-state hero. Gonna get chilly tonight, but hey, I think we have a new appreciation for 30-degree temperatures, right, Doug?
Absolutely. We are going to drop into the upper 30s, but we'll stay above freezing, which is good news, of course. But we are going to get some clouds and maybe even a random sprinkle or shower in here late tonight into tomorrow morning. 52 for a high, a little bit cooler Thursday, high 48. Some showers late on Friday, but look at Saturday. Partly sunny, high temp is 60.
Looks good. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of the night. We'll see you tomorrow.